heat and humidity are here to stay with temperatures in the mid to upper 90s, heat index well over 100 degrees, with little to no rain in the forecast over the next several days. I'll have all the details coming up.
Now at 10, health concerns for student athletes will tell you how they can avoid heat-related illnesses. Plus, the city of Augusta seeking expert help for tree removal. We'll have the details. And Augusta residents have a chance to vote to build a new James Brown Arena. We'll tell you what you need to know as your news at 10 starts now.
Live from Television Park, this is WJBF News Channel 6 at 10 on MeTV.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Dee Griffin. Thanks so much for joining us. Coverage you can count on begins as extreme on playing a sport. And this is important information because it has been very hot. And right now it's time to take a first look at our weather with meteorologist Jenna Petracci. Jenna.
Well, Dee, we're seeing some Green Jackets players out there right now on our Terry Lambert Hyundai Skyview cam. Unfortunately, they lost tonight, but looks like they're still out there practicing. It's a nice night for it. We're mostly clear. Temperatures are pretty typical for this time of the year, and today's high temperature was definitely pretty hot. Here's a look at our almanac for the day. We had a high of 94. However, that is spot on with average, so typical summertime heat. As we go into tomorrow and the next few days, we will be heating up a little bit, though, more so into those mid to upper 90s. But right now, still seeing some upper 70s and low 80s. Augusta at 77, 81 in Barnwell. Thompson, you're at 78, seeing 80 degrees in Aiken and Millen. Wrightsville 82, and Washington at 81 with those clear sky icons. Our dew points are in the upper 60s to low 70s. 74 in Augusta, 75 in Waynesboro, though, so definitely feeling muggy in certain locations especially. And for those winds, very light across Augusta, 6 miles per hour in Aiken. We'll have calm winds overnight tonight, and that will allow for some patchy fog to develop, especially over the river. We also have some haze that we're still picking up on satellite and radar. Other than that, the clear skies with high pressure taking over. So notice we're not seeing any rain across the southeast, other than a few showers down in Florida and Tennessee. And tomorrow will be another mostly dry day for us with those mostly clear skies in the morning. Some areas of fog once again with temperatures in those low 70s. So hot summer days ahead, feeling very humid with a mix of sun and clouds and not a lot of rain over the next few days. I'll have more details on all of that coming up. Back to you, Dee.
All right. Thanks so much, Jenna. With temperatures soaring this week.
Salon Pot of 1485.
The most watched news station in the CSRA, News Channel 6. Now, your most accurate forecast with WJBF Live Viper 6.
Good Tuesday evening. Time now is 10:12. Here's a live look at our Terry Lambert Hyundai Skyview cam over Washington Road. A nice dry and clear night, seeing those stars out there with temperatures in the upper 70s here in town, 77 degrees. Feeling like 77 as well with a dew point of 74. Another muggy night with a lot of us in the 80s. 83 in Sparta, 82 in Crawfordville, 80 degrees in Edgefield and Aiken. Notice those icons showing a little bit of haze as well. 81 in Barnwell. Now we're seeing those smoky conditions on our satellite and radar, and tomorrow morning expect some patchy fog around the river, but overall this high pressure is keeping us dry with a good amount of sunshine in store over the next couple of days. We're going to watch this high pressure continue to creep towards our area. Right now it's baking the desert southwest with temperatures well over 100 degrees in some locations. This will continue to track towards our direction, and as we go into the next several days, all of the southeast will be dealing with above average temperatures. But for your Wednesday here in town, 70 degrees in the morning, mostly clear, partly cloudy by the afternoon, 94 to 95 at the 5 o'clock hour, feeling as hot as 104. And notice those heat indices continue to climb by around 1 degree each day, going up to 107 on Saturday. So this heat and humidity will be sticking around all the way into next week. So definitely remember those heat safety tips. Remember to stay indoors as much as possible in the AC, remain hydrated when outside, and of course check on children and elderly who are definitely more susceptible to dealing with heat stroke. So it's something to keep in mind over the next few days. We're also keeping an eye on the tropics as things start to heat up as we're now into the end of July. There's an area of low pressure expected to form around Bermuda. However, the chance of this becoming tropical is very low, 0% over 48 hours, 10% over 7 days. So even though that's expected to be in our area, I wouldn't worry about it too much. On the other hand, though, there is a wave expected to emerge off the coast of Africa and travel across the Atlantic into the Lesser Antilles, 20% chance over 7 days. So something we'll have to watch. It is possible that this could head into our direction as well. But once again, those chances of development still very low at this time. There's that high pressure over the CSRA for your Wednesday morning. We'll have a mix of sun and clouds throughout the day. Can't rule out a brief shower, but overall keeping those rain chances under 20% for both your Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. So not much happening. And as we look closer at home tomorrow at noon, plenty of sunshine, then more clouds building throughout the afternoon. Notice those stray showers possible here and there, but once again, not a lot of rain. Mostly clear with patchy fog tonight, 70 degrees, and for tomorrow, heating up to 95 or 96, a little bit hotter than it was today. Seeing 96 for your Thursday and Friday as well. Very similar each day. 97 over the weekend with rain chances back up to around 20 to 30%. And we'll see hot temperatures all of next week. So pretty consistent summer-like pattern here, D. We're not getting any relief anytime soon.
We're not. Is it wrong for me to want rain? Because at least it cools us down a little bit.
Yeah, it does. And we're not getting a lot of it this week.
Oh,
so
okay.
I'm sorry.
Thanks a lot. Well, we...
Power equipment and grilling needs covered under one roof.
And last but not least, this kid's mullet isn't just about style.
He is growing his hair for a very special cause.
Here's Aaliyah Fitzgerald with more.
Zarek is just like every other 10-year-old boy. He loves to play sports, especially baseball. And when the mullet trend took over, he couldn't help but to notice.
So I saw a lot of people around town having mullets, and it inspired me to have a mullet.
And when his favorite country artist had the same haircut, it was an easy decision for Zarek.
I just liked Morgan Wallen.
But his mullet didn't just spark from seeing them around town, nor his love for country music. He's growing out his hair for a bigger cause.
I wanted to donate all of this hair to wigs for kids.
A cause that helps children with medical-related hair loss feel like themselves again. And Zarek's hair qualifies. There's no chemical perm here.
It's natural.
But the cause doesn't stop there. Every donation made towards a contestant in the USA Championship goes to Jared Allen's Homes for Wounded Warriors to help our USA military veterans. And though country artists across Country Music Fest loved his locks, his message for Morgan Wallen is,
I think your hair is pretty cool.
Well, this weather isn't very cool this week. We are seeing the mid to upper 90s each day, 96 for your Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. Partly cloudy skies, back to a 20% chance of rain Saturday, 30% on Sunday, and staying hot and humid.
Oh boy. All right. Well, the news continues at the top of the hour on WJBF News Channel 6 and 11.
Hogan's Heroes here next.
$910 million.
We need to get used to the heat and humidity because it's here to stay. Our temperatures will be in the mid to upper 90s, feeling like over 100 degrees with little to no rain in the forecast. I'll have all the details coming up.
Now on your news at 11, details on the James Brown arena. Plus, seeking justice for one Columbia County woman 5 years after her murder. What loved ones want law enforcement to know. And health concerns for student athletes, how they can avoid heat-related illnesses. As your news at 11 starts right now.
Live from Television Park, this is WJBF News Channel 6 at 11.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Dee Griffin. Thanks so much for joining us. Coverage you can count on begins as local residents will soon have a chance to vote on.
Construction should begin quickly. Live at the Satellite News Center, Nikita Dennis, WJBF News Channel 6.
The 5-year anniversary of a Columbia County woman's disappearance and murder. Family and friends still want justice despite the conviction of a person of interest. Columbia County Sheriff's Office initially investigated this case as a disappearance in July of 2018. Days later, they found the body of 39-year-old Andrea DeGelder in a dumpster behind a Dollar Tree in Grovetown. The county coroner says she was strangled, and investigators turned her home in the Ivy Falls subdivision into a crime scene, adding they collected DNA evidence, photos, surveillance video, and even cell phone data, but loved ones say the 5-year wait has been really hard and disappointing.
I feel like possibly that law enforcement is satisfied that the prime suspect is serving a long sentence and probably not delving into anything more than what they already have.
The sheriff's office tells us there's no movement on the case at this time. Well, time now for our first check of our forecast, and meteorologist Jenna Petracci is here, and another hot night. It's cooler than it was earlier today, but it's still warm.
Still very warm,
Yes.
that's for sure. And of course, with the dew points in the mid-70s, that's making it feel still very muggy outside. And of course, we'll have some humid days over the next several days as well. But here's a live look at our Terry Lambert Hyundai Skyview Cam over at Washington Road. It's nice and dry outside with mostly clear skies. Our temperature today was 94 degrees, spot on with what we typically see for this time of the year. A little bit cooler in the morning with a low of 68, but tomorrow morning I'm expecting us to be back at that 70-degree mark. Right now, seeing those mid to upper 70s, 76 in Augusta, 77 in Thompson. Louisville checking in at 79 this evening, 78 in Wrightsville, and 76 as well in Washington. So pretty consistent temperatures, dew points anywhere from around 69 to 74 degrees. So as I mentioned, very muggy once again with light winds right now coming in from the south. We're only seeing really up to 2 miles per hour. So these calm winds will allow for some fog to develop tomorrow morning. We also have a mix of some high-level clouds and a little bit of smoke. That's what we're seeing on satellite and radar, but not a single drop of rain. And that's due to this high pressure keeping us dry, but also trapping in the heat, meaning it's going to be very toasty tomorrow afternoon, but starting out the day in the low 70s. As I mentioned, those calm winds, mostly clear, but can't rule out some fog, especially around the river. So hot summer days, feeling humid, mix of sun and clouds, and not a lot of rain. I'll have more details on your forecast coming up, but back to you, Dee.
All right, thanks so much. As school starts back, so do outdoor sports. Local experts say this time of year is the most dangerous when it comes to heat-related illnesses. Hannah Latier tells us why.
When your body is exposed to extremely high temperatures, especially during physical activity, multiple issues can arise. Symptoms of a heat-related injury can start with headache, nausea, and vomiting, and quickly escalate to something life-threatening.
It can progress quickly to thermodysregulation, where you've got the temperature over 103, and permanent neurologic damage can begin to happen soon after that.
Experts say prevention is key.
I tell them every day, you need to be eating this, and you need to be drinking this much water. And people are like, oh, Ms. Marissa, I drank a water bottle today. Okay, great. You needed to have drink 3 more on top of that.
In addition to staying hydrated, they also recommend wearing light-colored, loose-fitting clothing and having cool towels or portable fans on hand. If heat exhaustion sets in, immediately call 911 and try any sort of cooling measures while you wait for help.
I have had to dunk kids in the ice tub just to cool them down, get their core body temperature down.
You should also get a physical before you play any sport.
This can at least let you know that you're at more risk, so you can be more careful in your prevention.
And you should know your limits, listen to what your body is telling you, and speak up if you need any help, especially if it's your first time playing a sport.
But it's so important for athletes to understand that we are there for them as athletic trainers, and we do care about their health. And so it's so important for them to speak up when they start feeling things and not waiting till they're at a point where they're about to pass out.
In Augusta, Hannah Latier, WJBF News Channel 6.
Extreme summer heat can be detrimental to your garden, but there are plenty of ways to help your
My body is standing up right now. Jimmy Kimmel Live, weeknights on ABC.
Something about the morning, they should be good now. You know that I love you. Good morning, Augusta.
savings and endless sofa possibilities. Remember, every Rooms to Go sofa is on sale. Save on fabric sofas, sleeper sofas, plush leather sofas, sectionals, and reclining sofas. Every sofa you see is priced low to sell fast. And only Rooms to Go offers an opportunity like this. So shop the Rooms to Go store-wide sofa sale going on now. Every sofa is on sale.
Monday in a live crime all across America in front of a live studio audience, addressing your questions and your safety. What's really to blame and who can fix our nationwide crisis? A special edition of Kumo, Crime in America, Monday at 8, 7 Central, only on News Nation.
At Atlanta and Augusta Sewing Center, we're helping you sew you with unmatched customer service. Machines that meet your every need. Supplies you need for every project, start to finish. And education and training to show you the way. And expert maintenance and service when you need it most. Atlanta and Augusta Sewing Center, sew you.
The live Viper 6 Skyview Network, sponsored by Terry Lambert Hyundai. Now, your most accurate forecast with WJBF Live Viper 6.
Good evening. I hope you had a great Tuesday. It was pretty sunny at times, mix of clouds out there with really little to no rain, only a couple isolated showers, and now we're nice and dry. Here's a live look at our Terry Lambert Hyundai Skyview cam over in Swainsboro. Mostly clear right now, 76 degrees as our temperature, visibility perfect at 10 miles with some calm winds. Seeing mostly mid to upper 70s, 78 in Gibson, 79 in Louisville, sitting at 77 in McCormick, Edgefield, and Aiken, 80 degrees still in Bamberg, but 84 up in Evans. Notice on satellite and radar, we're seeing a little bit of cloud cover. This is mostly some cirrus clouds high up in the sky, a little bit of haze as well, but definitely no rain to worry about tonight. High pressure keeping us nice and dry as we go into our Wednesday as well. Just a few stray showers possible, but overall not a lot happening. High pressure will continue to build into our direction. Right now it's baking the desert southwest. Temperatures will continue to heat up across the southeast and will stay above average over the next several days to come. Now starting tomorrow, we'll be around a degree or two hotter than it was today. In the morning, 70 degrees, 94 by 2 p.m. and 95 by the 5 o'clock hour. Partly cloudy with the heat index up to 104. And that heat index climbs by around 1 degree each day with our actual temperatures around 96 to 97. So this heat and humidity is really here to stay until we go into the first week of August. Looks like above average temperatures for a while. So remember those heat safety tips. Be sure to stay inside as much as possible. Limit that outdoor activity. Try to be in the air condition and stay hydrated if you're outside. Now we're also watching the tropics. Now that it's the end of July, things are starting to heat up, and there's an area of low pressure that could become tropical. That's to the southwest of Bermuda, though the chance of development here is very low. So even though it's expected to drift towards the Georgia, South Carolina coastline, I wouldn't worry about this one too much. Impacts will be limited, most likely just a few showers and thunderstorms over the weekend. We're also watching a wave that emerged off the coast of Africa. This is to the south of the Cabo Verde Islands. Chance of development also very slim here, but notice it will be moving further into the Atlantic in a northwest direction. So this is something we may need to keep a closer eye on several days from now. So no immediate concerns though. Now here in town, looking great over the next couple of days with high pressure overhead. Once again, that means it will be very hot, but at least we don't have any strong or severe storms to worry about. Only a few showers possible each day, very light, and no thunderstorms. Now for tomorrow, we will see those very sunny skies around 12 o'clock, partly cloudy by later on in the afternoon. Notice a little bit of green popping up here and there, but that's about it. 8 o'clock, back to dry conditions. So some patchy fog possible around the river tonight. Temperatures in the low 70s, 96 in Augusta tomorrow, 95 in Aiken, and we're seeing 96 as our high over the next 3 days. Very consistent, partly cloudy, lows in the low 70s. Then we'll be at 97 on Saturday and Sunday, so heating up just a tad with the humidity on the rise as well. We'll also see those rain chances go back to around 20 to 30%, and next week 30% chances of rain as well, with temperatures staying very hot.
Again, I'm going to beg for some more rain because at least it takes us down just a little bit.
Yeah, maybe you want a tropical storm to
I know.
come.
A nice orange today.
Yeah.
Great minds think alike.
Yeah,
huh?
nice summer-like colors today.
There you go. Well, a new boating safety education requirement takes effect. There will be a grace period as DNR works to educate more boaters about the law change. When your News at 11 returns, the latest on NBA star LeBron James's son's condition. Details on his recovery following a cardiac arrest coming up. But first, the winning numbers for tonight's South Carolina lottery. Pick 3, 711, the Fireball is 5, and the Pick 4 winning numbers, 9148, and the Fireball is 5.
Now get 2.9% financing for 60 months, plus up to $2,500 cash back on select Ford SUVs. See your local Ford dealer and discover your best summer ever.
The WJBF Live Viper 6 Skyview Network is sponsored by Terry Lambert Hyundai. Low prices, big selection, and committed to quality customer service.
NBA star LeBron James's oldest son, Bronny James, recovering tonight after suffering a health scare during basketball practice at the University of Southern California. ABC's Melissa Adon with the details.
Rising basketball star Bronny James, the son of NBA legend LeBron James, recovering after suffering a cardiac arrest during basketball practice Monday at the University of Southern California.
The rescue from conscious 3400 South Figueroa.
The 18-year-old incoming freshman was transported from USC's athletic facility to the hospital by the LA Fire Department. LeBron and his family sharing on social media that his son is out of the ICU and is currently in stable condition. A spokesman adding LeBron and Savannah wish to publicly send their deepest thanks and appreciation to the USC medical and athletic staff for their incredible work and dedication to the safety of their athletes.
It's pretty uncommon, actually, for someone to be so quickly out of the ICU after resuscitation from cardiac arrest. So this is a very good sign.
Unlike a heart attack where an artery is blocked, causing chest pain and shortness of breath, cardiac arrest occurs when the heart suddenly stops beating, causing a person to collapse or stop breathing. Patients need immediate CPR or a shock from a defibrillator. A range of factors from genetics to infections can increase the risk of cardiac arrest. Doctors will now try to determine what happened to Bronny James.
The news couldn't be better that Bronny is out of an ICU setting.
This incident marking the second time in just over a year that a USC player suffered cardiac arrest. Fortunately, that player, Vince Iwuchukwu, recovered and was back on the court 6 months later. Melissa Adon, ABC News, Los Angeles.
Well, coming up, the football season will be here soon, and the NFL training camp's ready to begin for the Panthers and Falcons.
There's only one way to go, and that's up. That's the way you have to trend. And our goal is to win games. That's on the field. That's our job. And people ask about expectations and how you feel like you're going to do and those things. I mean, how am I going to sit here and say we're going to put a number count on the amount of wins we have? Well, now I'm conceding the other games. I don't feel that way. I don't operate that way. I want these guys to operate that way. Our job is to go out and do it as good as we can possibly do it all the time. So,
Clemson Tigers will take the podium on Thursday. Carolina Panthers and Atlanta Falcons reporting for training camp Tuesday. Falcons in Flowery Branch at home per usual. The Panthers back at Wofford College, where there hasn't been this much hype since Cam Newton's arrival in 2011. Got number 1 overall pick Bryce Young, the Heisman Trophy winning quarterback from Alabama, who's already won the starting job over Andy Dalton. Panthers spent a bunch to move up in the draft and get him. Former Gamecock tight end Hayden Hurst played with Joe Burrow last season, and he compares what he saw from Burrow to what he sees in Young.
Just kind of lead by example. You know, he's not, I don't think he's going to be the rah-rah screamer type of kid. He's going to go about his business a certain way, kind of like last year, when I was with Joe. He's not in your face. He's not screaming. He's in there watching film every day, and it just makes you want to be on top of your game because you don't want to let guys like that down because they're going to come to practice every single day, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, day 6 of camp. It doesn't matter. they're going to be on top of their stuff, so you better be on top of yours as well.
Both teams will strap the pads on Wednesday, and the Braves had a nearly 2-hour weather delay in Boston, down 5-1 in the 8th. Green Jackets dropped the series opener to the River Dogs 6-3, the final.
Wow, but I am happy for the Braves. They're doing it.
They are.
They are doing it well. All right, when we come back, see the one part and how it's helping families beat the heat.
Biscuit and gravy or French toast tips. Any two, just $5. Hardee's, goodness in the making. Get exclusive offers on the Hardee's app.
An inflatable water park called Splash Town has opened in Minnesota to help families beat the heat. We need that here. All of this started after a local person saw something in West Virginia and wanted to bring it home to his state. He says after struggling to find things to do with the kids, he wanted to make a family-friendly business, so people came together to visit the lake and play along. I think those are so cool. We should have one here.
I was going to say,
Yeah.
Minnesota doesn't need it as much as
Right?
Exactly.
Yeah,
I
we
agree.
need more water activities
Somebody
around
out there,
here.
some entrepreneur out there, get
Yeah.
one of those here.
Yeah.
You can do it.
I feel like all you can really do around here on the water is kayak or paddleboard. Maybe
Paddleboard,
we don't have tubing or a water park or anything
Yeah.
like that. So
Yeah.
it would be nice. We definitely need it this week. Temperatures are very hot. We're seeing around 96 to 97 degrees all the way into the weekend. Partly cloudy and dry for now, then back to a 20 to 30% chance of rain Saturday and Sunday. 30% for next week as well, with temperatures anywhere from 94 to 97 degrees. So no heat relief anytime soon.
And great days to get out there on the water or in a pool or something.
That's true. You'll need it to cool off.
You'll definitely. All right. Well, that's our report for now. Thanks so much for watching. Be sure to wake up with Mary Morrison, Martin Bishop, and John Lynn at 4:30. Have a great but safe evening.